Good morning, Delaware. Happy Friday. It is the Friday of Memorial Day weekend. There are lots of wonderful things happening.
So much fun.
And you're kicking it off with listening to Off the Shelf. So we're so happy you're here.
We're ready.
Hi.
We're ready for today.
Hi, I'm Nicole Fowles. I'm your host, along with Meyers, LaBadie, your co-host.
Good morning, everybody.
And we've got Kelly Cochran in the studio with us today, our Youth Services and Programming Coordinator.
Hi.
We teased last week that we were going to be talking to Kelly this week about our summer reading club, and so she is all ready for that chat in the second half of the show. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It is like
ready.
the best time of year in libraries. This is like our Christmas.
Yeah. The energy is very, very nice in this room right now. It could be also because we made sure we were all sugared up for this morning's show.
Every day, all the time, sugared up.
Yeah. Coffee, caffeine, sugar, candy cane, candy corn. What
Syrup.
are the other? Syrup and
Syrup.
all the food groups and
Yes.
candy.
I think you had it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So some fun things happening in Delaware this weekend. In the entire Delaware County this weekend for Memorial Day. But if you are listening on Friday and Sunday, we are going to have all of our branches closed on Monday for the holiday. So, drop your stuff off or use our digital library. All of your things that might have been due on that day should automatically have been pushed back to Tuesday, so you'll be good to go. If you're in Powell, come and see us in the parade.
Yes, if you miss us, we'll be there in that parade walking happily.
Yes, we will be with the, maybe not the bookmobile, we will be with a library-branded vehicle.
We will.
I can't promise bookmobile. Pray for her. She might be in the store.
Oh, I know.
In the store.
I think she's doing okay. I think it's maybe some of our other vehicles that are struggling.
So there'll be a library-branded vehicle, and we will be doing the Book Cart Brigade.
Yes.
We're going to be making the forms. You won't want to miss it.
You won't want to miss it. I mean, I've been doing the Book Cart Brigade for some time now, and I don't want to say that we are the world's leading experts in talent and bookmobileness or book brigadeness, but we are. We're clearly the best.
We are.
Yeah.
And we'll get some video and some photos. And if you are at the parade, get videos and photos, and it's going to be great.
Gary, there's going to be spinning. I can promise spinning.
Fireworks abound, all the wonderful things. Well, as we normally start out our shows, why don't we talk about some things that we're either reading, watching, binging, listening to? What do you have, Molly?
I'm very excited about this one. I have a picture book today.
Oh, fun.
So in honor of Summer Reading Club, I'm going back to my days as a children's librarian. I'm sure none of you on the radio had figured out I came from children's.
What?
But the book I brought today is one called Lou by Breanna Carzoo. And it is the cutest book. So you get Lou, and it's very unassuming. It starts, I'm literally showing the front of the book like story time, just so you know, to Nicole and Kelly here in the studio.
It's a very cute red
fire hydrant.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a story of Lou. And he introduces himself as, hi, I'm Lou. And I am and you kind of wait a second, and he goes, bathroom.
Oh.
And Lou's life is dogs, which he loves, coming up and sniffing and twisting and peeing on him. And Lou dreams of having other aspirations. Lou sees himself as teaching the dogs to dance and leading all these important things. And it's a little depressing to Lou that the only role, though he's good at it and proud of it, that he holds is to be a bathroom.
Is it until one day?
Until one day.
There's
And Lou was sitting there kind of feeling sorry for himself one day. And all of a sudden, a dog with black dots all over him, a white dog, comes up and is sniffing him. And he's like, here I go again. And he's like, do I smell smoke? And a firefighter comes and opens some weird feelings as Lou's side gets opened and something gets attached. And Lou isn't just a restroom anymore. Lou becomes a superhero and helps save the day.
Woo-hoo.
It is a fun story. I honestly got this. I have a friend who's a library director in Wisconsin, and I was telling her about my day, and she's like, you need Lou right now. So I put a reserve on like a month ago, and Lou finally showed up. And when I realized it was summer reading time, I had to share this wonderful picture book that everybody should read with their children.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do something that's really important, but you're still doing something you may not realize that's super important underneath, too. Oh, it was just the best book.
And sometimes I think it also takes you a minute to find out who you truly are.
Yes. And that you're more than just one thing. I know. know.
Kelly was like, ugh, there she
I know.
is.
There it is, those hopeful people.
It is funny, though, because you walked by my office and you kind of like showed me the book and I said, oh, it's a fire hydrant. And you said, yeah.
Yes.
And I said, a dog's going to pee on it, isn't it? And you
It
said,
does.
yeah.
And let me tell you, every child in your life is going to love. There is the picture of the dog peeing on Lou right away when he tells you, one, the dogs are like all holding it. So you see them like crossing their legs and trying to wait for their turn. But then there's a picture where the pee flows, and it is just every child who sees this page is going to have that beautiful childhood giggle. You guys know the one I'm talking about. You both have children, the one you're doing now, but that little like that just keeps going on. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to love Lou. I love Lou.
So cute. So cute. Okay, Kelly, what about you? What do you have for us today?
Well, the one who's still working in children's has a book about murder. Murder. So I actually brought like a series called the Roxanne Weary series, which is done by a local author that lives in Columbus. Her name is Kristen Lepionka. And the series is Roxanne Weary, and the stories are actually set in Columbus.
Ooh.
Wow.
And
that's kind of awesome.
Yes.
Okay, murder in Columbus, I'm in.
Yes. There are 4 books in the series. It's still kind of a newish series. The last one came out in 2020. And the best part is the last one actually happened. Some of the stuff happened in Delaware.
What?
So
What?
she's like, I'm drinking a coffee in coffeeology. And I was like, what?
Now I want to read this book in coffeeology.
It was very exciting.
That's amazing.
So anyway, Roxanne Weary is a PI, a private investigator.
Dum dum dum.
Yes.
I'll be the sound effects.
It's almost like during summer reading club, everything is so sweet and happy and stuff. I almost need to like counteract it with murder.
Yeah. Right.
Yes. Anyways. And so Roxanne's father just died on duty. He was a police officer, and her life is still kind of a mess. She drinks too much. She doesn't keep a clean house.
So this is not a book for children.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well, there is murder.
I know. This is for the adults on the beach later.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. I do also have to say, every time my daughter picks up one of my books, she holds it up next to her face like a true librarian would, and she goes, is this book about murder? So it's a thing.
You haven't taught her at all.
Yes. So anyways, back to the story. Roxanne also has a lot of questionable relationships. Her life choices, not always on point. It kind of feels like a tougher and rougher Stephanie Plum from Janet Ivanovich.
Really?
Yeah.
Kind of those vibes, but darker and more
murdery. Yeah, I knew that was good. Sorry.
I get excited with the microphones. It's definitely not a funny series. It's more of a thriller. A lot of the reviews says that the main character, Roxanne, is unlikable. I kind of actually really liked her. She seemed very real. She was very honest in her mess. She owned it and kind of went with it. But yeah, the author also co-hosts a podcast called Unlikable Female Characters, which is described as the podcast in which feminist thriller writers have conversations about women who don't give a beep if you like them. So it's darker, unlikable characters, love triangle, murder.
Okay, so which one do we start with? Where do we start?
So the first one is called The Last Place You Look.
Okay.
And then there is What You Want to See. And then Stories You Tell. Followed by Once You Go This Far.
Oh. Yeah. And so do you expect to hear more from her?
I think so. She's won quite a few awards. Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome. Okay, say her name again, because that was a very unique name.
I have it written out so I would pronounce it right. Kristen Lepionka.
Okay. Kristen Lepionka.
And to tie into your book about pee, I spelled it out P.
Nice phonetically. Very nice.
Very
good use of early literacy skills and phonological awareness there, Kelly.
And I did do the reading audio combo because I'm a very busy mother.
Yes.
So I would listen a little bit, read a little bit, listen a little bit, and it was a really good audio too.
Oh, good.
Very well done.
Oh, I love that.
And murder.
It's your last one. That's all you get.
Okay.
You're done now. You're done. All right. Well, I don't have a book about fire hydrants or a book about murder.
What? There are other kinds of books?
There are other kinds of books. This one is going to be read by one of our book clubs this summer, and you'll have to let me get to the second half of the show to tell you which book club that is. But it's called My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. And it is quite possibly the longest book title in the world. I do not like these long book titles, but it is by Fredrik Bachman. Or Bachman. I always want to say Bachman.
Yes.
I think Bachman also works. And he writes these like devastatingly, I love devastatingly heartbreaking, but he writes these really wonderful fiction that just kind of break your heart. In fact, it's on several staff lists called like Fiction to Break Your Heart, books that tackle grief and loss, relationship fiction. People they really, really love his writing, and I do too. So this is the story of Elsa, who is a 7-year-old girl, and she's just a little different, a little quirky. Her grandmother is 77 years old, and she's crazy, like standing on the balcony firing paintball guns at men who want to talk about Jesus crazy. Like people walking up to her door like, ma'am, do you have a moment? She's like, no.
You mean my entire retirement plan?
But the grandma is also Elsa's best friend and really her only friend. And so she tells her stories. The grandmother tells Elsa stories. She tells her the land of the almost awake and the kingdom of Miamas. And, everybody's different. Nobody needs to be normal in grandma's stories. But when grandma dies, Elsa finds a series of letters that she wrote apologizing to people who she has wronged. And so then Elsa kind of begins on her own adventure, and she follows her grandmother's letters to get to an apartment building that, is full of lots of crazy things like monsters, attack dogs, and old crones, and the truth about the fairy tales and the kingdoms and other sorts of things like that the grandmother might have added to her own stories.
I may say this is my entire retirement plan.
There
I
you
feel
go.
like he's written the story I haven't lived yet.
This is just, another one of the wonderful Bachman stories. And it's kind of interesting because it is from the eyes of the 7-year-old. So you kind of have to put yourself in that perspective as you're discovering some of the things that she discovers. And you're also discovering them through her eyes. So that might mean that I don't know if she's necessarily an unreliable narrator or if you just have to figure out what is the narration of a 7-year-old.
Ooh.
So it's kind of a fun little point. So it's called My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry. You see a little bit where the title came from. By Mr. Fredrik Bachman or Bachman. We can get creative with our pronunciations. All right, we're going to take a break, and then we will come back the second half of the show, talk with Miss Kelly Cochran all about Summer Reading Club at the Delaware County District Library.
Woohoo!
Stay tuned. Welcome back. Thank you for listening to Off the Shelf. I am Nicole Fowles, again joined by Molly Meyers LaBadie, and we have Kelly Cochran here in the studio with us, our Youth Services and Programming Coordinator at the Delaware County District Library.
Coordinate.
Oh my gosh.
It has changed.
Murder.
Over the break, she had time to think.
We are kicking off Summer Reading Club. Something magical is happening beginning on Tuesday, May 30th. What is it?
Yes, it is. Summer Reading Club.
Woo-woo.
Camp
Oh my gosh.
DCDO.
Camp!
Summer Reading Club is fun. It is like the big thing in the library world. Why? Why is it the big thing?
It's the most happiest time of the year, of course.
Well, what makes it happy?
let me
You
tell
were such a children's librarian.
Yes. So Summer Reading Club is you read over the summer, you record what you read, and you get prizes. And we have fun programs. We have fun activities to do in the library. I was climbing in a tent at Delaware's children's area today.
Cool.
And it was awesome because the theme is Camp DCDL. So we do Summer Reading Club every summer, and we really want to get families to read together because that's so precious, so good.
Yeah.
We also want to keep those kids and teens reading all summer so they don't do the summer slide.
What is the summer slide?
It's not a fun slide at the
It
park.
is
Not a
not.
fun slide. So the summer slide, I'm going to read the official definition.
Ooh, I like you have an official. You were into the sound effects today, too.
I too much coffee today. Here we go. The summer slide is the tendency for students, especially those in low-income families, to lose some of the achievement goals that they made during the school year.
Yeah.
It's kind of that thing that the teachers always said, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Right.
It's real.
Like a little
It's real.
educational
Yes.
regression.
But you know what? The best part about Summer Reading Club and reading over the summer is you can read whatever you want.
I got a pop quiz for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, last night I take my daughter to a trivia and it's bingo, but it has like song titles on each bingo square. We identified the song for her because she didn't know them all, but she had to read every one on the square to figure out where it was. Does that count?
Kind of.
Could
if
we
you,
make it
if
work?
you want to do that for her.
Does the back of the cereal box count if
It
there's a
does.
story back there?
Yes. So let me tell you a little bit about how you record because it is in 15-minute increments because research says, I'm going to use my research voice.
Yes.
The research says that if you read 15 minutes a day, that will help you maintain your reading skills. So we encourage 15 minutes. And when you start Summer Reading Club, you'll get a reading log. And these are for the kiddos and the teens. And you mark every 15 minutes. And you get to work your way around this cute little camp map. And when you get to 6 hours, you get your first prize.
Prizes.
They're so cool this year.
Yes.
I'm in love with them. They are flashlights.
They're little mini flashlights.
They're so cute.
You get to pick your color, and they're good. They give off good light.
They are
Yes.
very bright. Actually, I was in my daughter's room the other night because she was having trouble fall asleep, and I was reading like the librarian.
Were you using
I am.
voices?
Yes.
It's hard to
And I
sleep
was
when you have
using
voices.
a flashlight, so they work very well. We also have a lot of coupons that go along with the flashlights. So that is only the first prize for the kiddos and the teens. And then you keep reading, and at 12 hours, you get the grand prize, which is a free book.
That's right.
to keep forever. Which is
Forever
and
so
ever.
cool. Yes.
And, oh man, here comes the research voice again. Research shows that children who actually own books and have their own library have a better chance of having that love of learning, love of reading that lives forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
So that's why the grand prize is a book. 'Cause
Yeah.
books are awesome.
They are awesome.
They are super fun. So that is the reading program for kids and teens. And adults get to play too.
Yes.
I love when I get to play.
I love that adults get to play. So tell us how adults play
Okay.
along.
Now I have to use my adult voice.
Come on, get with us.
So the adults, the adults get to fill out a bookmark that is also in our reading logs. It's in our libraries. It's online. You can get a bookmark wherever you want, and you keep track of how many books or library programs you come to.
Like book clubs. Yay.
Yes. So any combination of books or programs, and every 4 that you complete gets entered in to win a prize.
Yay.
Wow.
We still did the sound effects for
I
the
know.
adults. Yeah. The adults still get sound effects.
Yes.
It's snuck in there. I can't stop it. So they get entered in to win a prize, and there will be about 50 winners of prizes this year.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
the cool
great.
thing about this is that these prizes are going to come mailed to your home. So when you
Yeah.
fill out that bookmark, you got to make it legible. That means
Yes.
that if somebody looks at that and doesn't know if that's an O or an A, they better be able to figure it out so that we can get that mailed to you because they're going to just go straight to your house. It helps us so that nobody has to come in to collect anything. It helps you so that it's a happy surprise that you
Yes.
won. It's just good all around.
I'm
And
so
we
excited.
won't use that information for anything else
No,
either.
never.
We
Goodness.
shred anything that is left over from there. If you ever were worried about that, trust me, it's only for if you win.
You should hear the sound effects I make at the shredding machine when I'm shredding all these
I
bookmarks
have
after the
no
winners.
doubt.
Well, we've got a lot. So Summer Reading Club, we've hit the big parts, right? So we want to make sure we're reading. We want to make sure we're writing it down and coming back in and collecting those prizes or entering to win those prizes. There's also incentives to come back into the library as far as programs go.
Yes.
What kind of stuff is happening
Oh my
there?
gosh. So many programs. So for the littles, we've got all kinds of stuff. We have story time. Story time
Yes.
will be coming back. We've been on a story time break. So story times are coming back. We're going to have puppet shows. We're going to have magicians. We're going to have reptiles and animals with our buddies at Preservation Parks. But one of the programs I'm really excited about, and this is great for school-age kids, is this is so fun. Emergency plumbing comes in.
Yeah. Gosh, yes.
Melissa just nerded out about that with us last week.
And I just keep seeing the Mario Brothers.
You can talk it up again.
Yes. Oh, and I could also sing Peaches, but I won't.
Yeah.
So if you have kids, you know.
You know.
If you don't, you don't know.
Or if you've been to see the movie and keep singing Peaches yourself, whatever.
Anyways, so they come in and they bring a lot of drain pipes and stuff, and the kids get to connect them and try to solve these puzzles to get the water to go from point A to point B.
It's so cool.
It's so fun.
And it seems like just the weirdest program, and why on earth would we have that? But there's so much STEM and STEAM learning involved in it. There's problem solving. There's teamwork.
I also have a tie-in to Molly's book again because they are drain experts.
Yeah. They are.
They like to talk about the gross stuff, which kids love. The
gross
stuff.
Yes.
So they also talk about what not to put down your drain.
Oh, great
That's
ideas.
important to know. That is important to know.
Talk about clogs. I think they even show some clogs.
Oh, that's gross.
No.
Yeah. Kids will love that.
It's like one of those things like you're like, I don't want to look, but I'm going to look.
Every adult who's ever had to unclog a drain is like, nope.
Nope.
Yes. So that's very exciting. And also on the adult side, because we want to give the adults some love too, we're also having like coffee tasting.
Yeah. Fresh Start
crafty
Cafe has a really great one coming up on
Yes.
June 10th. Register for it. There's still plenty of spots available. It's so good. It's just a great program. Who do we need to give shout outs to? Who do we need to make sure that we thank for all that they have done to make this program possible?
So I will do the coupons. Well, first, our three major helper people is the prosecutor's office. They help us with the prizes. We also have Preservation Parks. They come and do programs with us. They also do letterboxing. And if you know, you know. Those actually, everyone's asking. The booklets should be at our locations very soon.
Yeah, like come in like right after Memorial Day.
Yes, we're working on it. And then we also have the Friends of the Library. They're such good
I love our friends.
Yes. So they help with the whole program. But as far as coupons, let me tell you what the coupons are going to be with those flashlights.
Yeah.
We have Renaissance Fair, Chiller Ice Rinks.
Cool.
You like that?
I was so excited I couldn't make a sound effect. Keeping on the cool wagon, we also have Wits, Taco Bell, Sticky Fingers,
Yum.
J Gumbos,
Yum.
Oh, J Gumbos.
Ohio State Parks, Ohio State Fair, Fresh Start, the Exploratorium.
Stop, I am hungry now.
Well, this is a little bit different.
Okay.
Olentangy mini golf and batting cages.
Oh yeah, no, it's super
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
And beanbag books.
Yes.
Oh, beanbag. We love our beanbag.
And we're also collaborating a lot on programs too. Like we're going to be at Alum Creek. We're going to be at the Delaware State Park doing stuff, eating s'mores.
The one program I was laughing today because it's so nice and it's creaking s'mores and stories or something like that. And I was like, in my neck of the woods growing up, we called that crickin'.
I had a hard time spelling it. I'm like, is it cricket? Creakin'.
No, it's a crick.
It's not like your bones creak. It's not like the floorboards
We
creak.
call it crick stomping.
It's a crick.
So we go crick stomping.
It was too far into my adulthood that I didn't realize that a crick wasn't a thing.
Yes.
I
still call it
I
the
still
crick.
believe it's a thing.
It's a thing. But I thought that a crick was different from a creek than a stream. And I was like, oh man, it was a sad day. All right. Well, Kelly, we are so happy that you brought all of that information to our attention. The best thing for everyone to know is that to join the club, you don't have to do anything. You just start reading. So if you have the log, write it down. If you don't, write it down on a notebook. There is nothing that you need to do to register. You don't need to go anywhere to sign your life away on anything. You just start reading, and then when you're ready to collect a prize, you come in. It's all on the honor system. We'll take care of it.
It's awesome.
It's really awesome.
is.
It's so awesome.
Well, we're going to take a minute and talk about some of the events that are coming up right away as soon as we get into it with Summer Reading Club. So hitting us hard right out of the gate, Tuesday, May 30th at the Orange Branch Library at 4 o'clock. Brian Moss is coming, and he's going to teach how to make teen comic books.
That's
Not
great.
teen comic books, but he's going to teach
make
the teens.
teens how to make comic books. And you're getting
comic
that from
books.
somebody who has made some pretty amazing comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is 100% accomplished.
And just an amazing person, too.
Yes. Yeah. So then we bop over. If you are still looking for something to do with your family on Wednesday night, you're going to go down to the Liberty Branch Library at 5:30. What's happening on that day, Molly?
On Wednesday?
Page 2.
Page 2.
Turn it, yeah.
I don't know if you ever catch on that Nicole is so much better at this. At 5:30, are you thinking about the Fantastic Fairy Tales puppet show?
Sure am.
Oh! I'm just proud of myself for getting that right.
Baby.
Yes.
That is going to be a blast where you're going to get the royal court jesters. It's going to be a fairy tale extravaganza.
And the wolf goes, baby, over and over and over again.
I don't know how we're going to recover. We're never going to have as many sound effects after she leaves.
That one is so silly. I went to that one like as a staff member one year just to like because I've never seen them perform before, and I giggled the whole time. It's very silly. All right, and our very last thing that we've got going on is Tale-Wise. They're such a fun group.
Yes.
On Thursday, June 1st, at the Delaware Main Library at 2 o'clock, they are performing Saving the World Together. It's great for pre-K through 5th grade.
Yes.
It's like science experiments come to life. Just the coolest thing, and storytelling all into one big, beautiful thing. So bring the family out. If you missed anything that we said, you want more information, DelawareLibrary.org/summer reading or DelawareLibrary.org/event. Both will get you lots of great information. But Kelly, you're a wonderful guest, as always.
I
need to go take a nap.
Bring in the noise, bring in the funk. Molly, thank you for being my co-host.
Yes, I'm always happy to be your co-host. Yes. I know, I need more coffee. We've hit the point of the morning that you should coffee me up.
I'll give you some of mine.
Thank you for running the board. Thank you to our sponsors. And until next week, we will see you in the stacks.